Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Hitmom Mike. Welcome back to the channel. Today's episode is just going to go over some of the things I picked up via mail day, or going to some shows, or even that event that I vended earlier this month. Just a few things. I'm gonna first go over the raw cards, then I'll go over the graded cards, and I'm really excited for all of it. But just wait till the end for the graded cards, and you'll see why I'm so excited to show that off. So first couple cards that I am going to show off is over here. I kind of separated them based on when and where I got them. And so I picked up this Mewtwo promo. I remember it was just like a year ago. This card was like $2. I think now it's like close to 15, if I'm not mistaken. At least $10 from what I remember. I also got this other promo. So this came in the Mew UPC for 151. This one comes out in the Surgeon Sparks Elite Trainer box. Dope artwork from this artist Shinji Kanda. Awesome. But yeah, so this is when I helped one of my friends out at her spring boutique show. One of the vendors pretty much couldn't make it, so there was one spot available. And because she also knows my wife, she's really good friends actually. She talked to my wife. My wife was like, "Yep, I'll make Mike vend." So within, I want to say, like 12 hours notice, I had to go vend at this show, which was really cool. I got to hang out with, obviously my wife and then my friend, and I got to meet some cool people. But the show wasn't. It wasn't the demographic for Pokemon cards. I sold like a few things, surprisingly, but overall it was a really cool experience. And I got these two cards with my friend who I invited. His name is Lex the Catcher. Follow him on Instagram and TikTok, by the way. Hilarious Pokemon card content. But anyways, I traded for these two cards. I forgot what exactly. I believe I traded some Spanish Heart Gold Soul Silver cards, and one of them was a holo Noctowl, and then the rest were common cards, including like Chikorita. So he was really interested in those, and in terms of value, we kind of came together to make this deal. This kind of helps me rebuild my English collection. I did sell a lot of it like in November to fund some other stuff, to get some actual graded cards too, and help me out with some bills and all that, save some money. And I need to rebuild my English collection, because for modern I've been going heavy in Japanese. So I think these two pretty affordable cards that I can start to rebuild my English collection. So I'll go ahead and put that to the side here. Actually, I'll just put it there. It's not going to show off. Or let's put it out face up. All right, the next group of cards I want to show off, or share with you, I'm not showing off, are these cards. So I picked this up from my buddy, Pack in Action. That's his Instagram handle. His name is Colin. Great dude. Bought a couple from his store, or his Instagram claim sale. And I picked up this Mewtwo and Mew Tag Team GX. This is from Miracle Twins. This is probably like the last tag team card that I have. Actually, I want to say I think that's it. Yeah, I sold a lot of my Sun and Moon stuff the last 2 years. So I wanted to pick this up. This was a really good deal. Then I got the Professor Sycamore Full Art Trainer from the XY era. This is really cool. Is this considered vintage now? We're in 2016 with this, or actually this card came out, 2016. I think it was Steam Siege. Let's take a look at the symbol. Yeah, it's Steam Siege. And then the homie Colin threw in this Croconaw. I love the Total Dial line. He threw this in Pokeball Reverse Holo from Terrestrial Festival. Really generous of him. I highly recommend checking out his shop online. It's Chosen Price Collectibles on eBay, but on Instagram he posts some really good stuff as far as like his claim sales are concerned. He goes by Pack in Action. There's underscores in between Pack in and Action, so check him out. He has a lot of good stuff for sale, and go support his business. So I appreciate you calling. Next up, these were some pickups from yesterday. I actually went to Frankensons, and my views on Frankensons kind of expensive, but I think these cards were affordable. These were good prices. Picked up this gem. Let's let's take a moment to just appreciate the artwork. We got the shiny Gardevoir. You know, as you can see, we have Wooper admiring from the background. I think you got Pachirisu here, kind of nesting. They're just sleeping. I wonder if Gardevoir put them to sleep with sleep powder or something. Gorgeous card. It's a little thick on the top. I don't think I'll grade it. This will go into my Japanese binder. But I've been coveting this card for a while, and you can see why. The artwork is phenomenal. Let's put it down here. Then we got the Giovanni's Charisma. See, this is a very detailed artwork as well. We got Persian, you know, being a good boy or good girl, whatever this Persian is. And then we got, you know, he's holding Pokeball. You can see the Master Ball in the background. I wonder if he has something in there, or, you know, he's preserving it. This could be a reference to the Silphco building from Gen 1. When you go ahead and defeat Giovanni, the CEO, I think, of the Silphco, awards you with a Master Ball. So that could be it. Who knows? And then you got some more Pokeballs in the background in cases. So again, kind of begs the question, are there Pokemon in it, or is it just for display purposes? But love this card. And I think this is connected with the Persian from Shrouded Fable or Night Wanderer, where Persian's kind of like in the same lit room and it's looking at outside. Kind of, you can see its reflection. Really cool card. It's gone up a lot in English. I think it's starting to trend back down, but I'm gonna look for it in Japanese. And then one of my favorite cards of the era, at least trainers wise, is this Jasmine's Gaze. So for those that have played the game, or Heart Gold Soul Silver, I think when you beat the game, you can go back to Olivine City, go to the cafe, and then you can go and talk to Jasmine at the counter. And obviously, I don't think, from what I remember, if there was actually, like, you know, little sprites of food like on the counter, but basically Jasmine's kind of like embarrassed, like, oh wow, look at all this food. And you can see her scarfing down that sandwich. I'm pretty sure that's all for her. And yeah, so once you talk to her, then you get to rematch her in the gym, if I'm not mistaken. And so this card is a reference to that, most likely. Gorgeous card. I love everything about this, especially if it's a reference to a video game, perhaps. Really cool. Want to share that with you all. And then this is something that I actually ordered in September, specifically on my birthday. And these barely came last week. I kind of decided that I would take an L on it and not request a refund because I never got it. So I bought this from Indonesia. And I believe I'm missing one or two of these Pikachus. I think there's like, I want to say there's 4 or 5 of these. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But yeah, this is a promo from Pikachu's Indonesia journey. I'm thinking maybe they opened up a Pokemon Center. This could be it. I'm not sure about the what event or what opening this Pokemon decided to do these promos for Indonesia. But I believe there are 4 or 5, so I'm missing one of them. I remember buying this on the day of my birthday, actually, right before I went to bed. And I don't know why. Well, I guess I just wasn't aware, but I think I saw, like, afterwards there was a few more. But anyways, the seller has a 100% rating on eBay. And so he did message me saying that, you know, even with tracking, it might take a while. Just to have some patience. I appreciated that. You know, I never ordered from anything from Indonesia, at least Pokemon related. And yeah, I was willing to give it time. And so it wasn't his fault, because the tracking showed that it got to the US like about a week and a half later, but it was just stuck there. And I remember checking back in October, in November, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, this came out to be like 25 bucks. I wasn't gonna fight it, you know. I know the seller was honest, and yeah, I kind of just forgot about it. But then I went to check the mail, and lo and behold, it came. So these are really cool. I'm gonna get these out of the cellophane wrap, and I'll put them in a. I'm gonna definitely put them in my binder, but I'm gonna have to pick up the rest sometime soon. All right, guys. So that's it for the raw cards. Let's take a look at the graded. What did I pick up in March? So it's no secret that I am a huge Total Dial stan. That's my favorite starter. And actually, there's no wrong selection in Gen 2. So I love Cyndaquil too. I love Chikorita, but Total Dial's my dude. I love the entire line, Crocodile and Feraligatr. And this card just speaks to me. I remember I wanted to pull this. Believe it or not, guys, early 2021, a lot of Sun and Moon boxes were super cheap. And I remember I was waiting in line to go to Frankenstein. I remember back then it was just crazy. There was so much hype. And there was like a long line outside. And so I got bored. Maybe an hour into the line, I hopped on eBay and I bought a booster box of the Super Burst Impact. And it got to my house like 2 weeks later. And I was hoping to pull this, but I ended up pulling a full art Faba. So that was one of the worst case scenarios. But oh well. I can't remember what I did with that card. I may have sold it. I think in a Discord that I was in, somebody was looking to complete the set, and I hooked up the Faba to him. Anyways, I finally got this in a PSA 10. I felt like a lot of the raw copies were like not that much cheaper than a PSA 10. Got this for 113, but I think I had to add $20 shipping from the UK. This was the best priced slab out there for this card. I think a lot of the raw was like 70, 80 bucks. So I figured why not just, pony up a little bit more and just get the 10. I am a condition snob, so great pickup in my opinion. But you can let me know what you think of this card. This kind of, again, speaks to me. This is like very nostalgic. Gen 2, my favorite era. I didn't know what the hell I was doing as a kid playing Pokemon Yellow, but it wasn't until Pokemon Silver where I kind of figured out how to like beat the game and all that. So Gen 2 holds a special place in my heart. And so these next 3 cards, you might think it's overkill, but I do not. These are very relevant to me. And I'm so excited. I'm actually going to do a video on actually the set that I'm close to finishing. I'm waiting for one more card to come in the mail this week. And let's take a look at what I'm talking about. So I just picked up from Fanatics this Heart Gold collection for Alligator Prime. So this is the regular holo. And earlier in the month, I had to buy the reverse holo. So if you are not aware, so these Prime cards are from the Heart Gold Soul Silver era. They're kind of similar to the Level X's, actually, but this one's more of a mugshot profile in a sense. It's a lot closer. The Level X's were kind of close, but there was some distance in perspective between you and the Pokemon. Here, it's really close up. So in Japanese, they got reverse holos. So I believe the way it's set up in Japan, it was the Legend era. They had Heart Gold as a set and Soul Silver as a separate set, kind of like how we did Scarlet EX and Violet EX in Japanese. In English, of course, they combine them. So we had, like I said, Heart Gold and Soul Silver. And then there was Reviving Legends, which was pretty much Heart Gold, Soul Silver, what was it? Unleashed, where they had the Legendary Beast for the Legend cards. But aside from that, there was Clash at the Summit. I think that's what it's called. And then there was like a special set with Lost Link where they had Mew and Gengar Primes. And then the Darkrai and Cresselia Legend cards, which I'm on the hunt for. But anyways, guys, so I got the reverse holo. So these are very scarce. So not only was it a low printed area, relatively speaking, but yeah, they had reverse holos, whereas English did not. English only had these. And so, yeah, this is, you cannot, I challenge anyone to go on eBay, maybe Mercari or even, Yahoo Japan. It is very difficult to find these Prime cards, not just the holos, but the reverse holos, like in mint condition. Like, you are lucky to find anything. And if you do, it's going to be like hyper expensive. Here I got this PSA 10. I bought it from a seller on, he's a YouTuber, and he's from Australia, Pokemon Steven. So shout out to him and his shop. He actually gave me a free pack as well. So I'm not saying that he's gonna give you a freebie if you buy something from him, but very generous, really cool dude. I enjoy his content, but yeah, super excited for the reverse holo in a PSA 10. This is kind of like, not a grail, but it's a pretty significant add to my collection. And then I also got the PSA 9. I couldn't resist. It was really, really cheap. And like I said, considering that you can hardly ever find these raw in mint condition, this was a no-brainer for me. So like I said, looks like I'm a Feraligatr collector. I have the base set, or not the base set, Neo Discovery PSA 9. I gotta get the other one. There's 2 holos in there, but yeah, love Feraligatr, love the whole Total Dial line. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think about my March pickups. As you know, April is upon us, and I am looking to continue my collecting journey. So I'll probably do another recap video beginning of May, and let you know what I've been collecting. But look out for another video coming up soon regarding the Heart Gold Soul Silver Arrow, especially the primes. It's gonna be a fun video in my opinion, so hopefully you guys can check that out. If you guys like the content, please like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.